Let us begin with the fundamentals of visualization. What you see on the right side is a pictograph or a bar chart prepared by students in a kindergarten class, 4-year-olds, at the St. Luke Catholic School in Mississauga. This bar chart presents the frequency for transportation modes the kids have used to come to school. Some have been dropped to school by car, others by bus, and 2 students walk to school. In the brave, big world of big data, we can see that children are being trained at the earliest possible age with data and data science. The most important thing to realize is that the type of visualization you will use depends upon the type of variables you're trying to analyze. For instance, if you're working with categorical variables such as gender, you have to rely on a certain type of charting tools than if you were to be working with continuous variables such as age and income. In one case, you may be using bar charts. In another case, you will be required to use scatter plots. I would like to draw your attention to the extreme presentation method developed by Dr. Andrew Abella. Essentially, it lays out the possible ways of depicting data based on what kind of variables you have at your disposal. This visualization, this graphic, is developed by Dr. Abella that shows that if you are interested in comparing variables or demonstrating their distribution or composition or the relationship between 2 variables or more, you have to rely on specific type of graph. If you're comparing items with few categories, you can use bar charts or column charts. If you are comparing behaviors over time, and if you have the time periods running into months, several months, you may have to use a line chart. And if the time periods are not that many, then you can use columns and other approaches. If you're trying to depict relationships between 2 continuous variables, your choice is a scatter plot. The bubble chart will depict 2 variables on x and y axis, and the third variable will be depicted by the size of the circle. So you can essentially have 3 variables. If you're interested in depicting the distribution of the data set, you can use the histogram, which could be a bar chart type of histogram or a line histogram, and the distribution could also be shown through scatter plots. If you would like to show the composition, then if it's a static data, you can use pie charts. If you're showing the composition that changes over time, for few periods you can use stacked columns, and if you have several periods, you can use the stacked area charts.
For hands-on in Python, we will be using the Seaborn library and the matplotlib library to create visualizations in the labs. We will learn how to use different functions within the library to create different kinds of charts.